Hello, I'm Sandra Burr. I'm a real estate closing attorney in Lexington, South Carolina, and I own the Burr Law Firm. I've been closing real estate transactions for over 40 years. I'd like to help you with your transaction, but in the meantime, if you're relocating to South Carolina, I want to tell you some things that will make your closing, wherever it takes place, more efficient for you. Did you know that in South Carolina, an attorney is required to oversee or supervise a closing? If you'd like to know more about that, you can look at my previous video and the link will be down below. But what I want to talk to you about today is what an attorney should actually do for you in a closing. First of all, that attorney has the duty to make sure that the contract between the parties is followed and carried out in full. And if you don't have a real estate agent that helps you with a contract, that attorney can also write that contract for the buyer and the seller. The next thing the attorney has to do is review the title. Title is the chain of ownership on the property throughout 40, 50, 60 years. And that includes a search of records at the courthouse, and the closing attorney has to review that. And the reason that we have to do that is because of our next duty. We have to make sure that the buyer receives clean and marketable title. And that means that they take ownership free of any liens other than new liens that they put on the property. We also have to make sure for the seller side that all the liens are found, we have payoffs for all the liens, and we make sure that there is sufficient money at closing to pay off any liens that must be paid to clear the title. In addition, it is the duty of the closing attorney to disperse all the funds. Now in South Carolina, funds are held in special accounts called IOTA accounts. They cannot be commingled with any other accounts of the firm or any of the attorneys in the firm. And all transactions arising from a closing, all disbursements have to be coming out of that IOTA account and have to be clearly identified and records kept. And those records must be kept for a period of 6 years and are always subject to an audit by either the South Carolina Bar or title insurance companies. The other thing that the closing attorney will do is actually be in the closing room with you. And during that process, they will explain every document that either the buyer or the seller signs, answer any questions, and make sure that the documents are signed appropriately. Because in South Carolina, some of our documents, like a deed, have special places for signing and witnessing and notary. And that way, we make sure when we're at the closing table that there's no coming back after closing to re-sign something. All the documents are correct, and all the parties get exactly what they contracted for. That's what the role of an attorney is in a closing. Another thing that you're going to need to know when you come to South Carolina is about property taxes and the homestead exemption. My next 2 videos are going to address both of those. I hope you have a chance to review them. Thank you.